There wasn't much that the Charmed reboot did right, but where it did excel was in the character and powers of Maggie Vera. But before I get into her character, it's Black Witch Month, which means that for every day this month, I'll be covering a Black Witch or supernatural in TV or movie. And today I'll be covering the Charmed reboots, Maggie Vera. Or I guess I should say Maggie Vaughn. Now, much like the original Charmed, Maggie finds out that being a Charmed one comes with a lot of responsibility, work, and at times a lot of hurt. So Maggie was born Margarita Amelia Vera, and she is the counterpart to the original Charmed sister Phoebe Hallowell. So when we're first introduced to Mel, we learn that she's a regular college student. She's outgoing, a bit vain, wants to fit in, and wants to enjoy all of the trappings that come with being in college. She wants to rush a sorority, she joins the Black Student Union, and she's a part of the Hill Tones. So by all accounts, she's a pretty engaged girl or woman. And she lives with her sister Mel. The two butt heads often based on their life choices. They both judge each other, and they experience the loss of their mother at a relatively young age. Now, unbeknownst to both Maggie and her sister Mel, they were not aware of the fact that they were witches. Now, later in this series, Maggie does make a discovery along with her sisters that Maggie and Mel were not as close as they thought they were growing up. Basically, she ended up being full siblings with Macy as a result of her mom's continued infidelity, and she was shocked to find this out because her whole life she had grown up with Mel. And this obviously put a strain on their relationship briefly, but they agreed that they would always be close as sisters. But the three of them together make up our legendary trio, and this is something that fuels the events of the series moving forward. Now, the reboot of Charmed was one of those series that I've mentioned plenty of times that I looked forward to a lot. And even though I wasn't necessarily compelled by the plot to keep watching, I did finish. I enjoyed Maggie's character and her powers the most. Now, as I've stated in previous videos, the original Charmed was legendary, and this reboot fell short of being spectacular. However, where they did excel was in the power-ups that they gave the girls. In particular, the power-ups that they gave Maggie. Because Maggie, much like Phoebe, is extremely empathetic, which is ironic because when we see her character at first, she's extremely self-centered and vain. So there's a lot of irony in giving her a power that forces her to get in touch with other people's emotions. Now, the expansion of powers that they gave Maggie in relation to Phoebe's is incredible. They give her some active abilities, which I always wish that Phoebe had more of instead of just being able to do martial arts, but they gave her an active ability. They gave her the ability to see the future as a prophet. She can hear the thoughts of other people and the thoughts of ghosts at times, which is really interesting twist. She can turn her emotions into physical bursts of energy. On top of this, I think they took some inspiration from Twilight's Jasper and X-Men's Rogue, because much like Jasper, Maggie can manipulate emotions, well, she can project them. And then much like Rogue, if she can empathetically or mentally connect with you, then she can temporarily siphon your powers or at least mimic them. Whereas Rogue, if she can touch you, she can drain your powers and then use them for a small amount of time. And I just thought that was really cool. I don't know if that was something that was intentional or not, but I absolutely love Maggie's power-ups. In fact, every time they expanded on her powers, I got excited because I thought that was the way they needed to go with the reboot in giving us something completely different than the original. And if you guys like this video and others like it, I definitely recommend that you guys follow my friend Crystal at KP tagged below. If you liked my videos, I know you'll love hers. And if you feel compelled, please go give her a follow. But if you liked Maggie Vera and the Charmed reboot, please drop your thoughts in the comments. And of course, if I missed anything you felt deserved to be mentioned, please let me know as well. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. And side note, I'm only dressed like this and not in my regular pajamas because I am out of town and about to go out. So hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow.